Here, mimi nimenyamaza nachukua tu notes sasa.
Sawa. Thank you for having me once again.
Yes.
No, we are saying healthy people, healthy nation.
Yes.
And now, by the way, did you know the idea of additives? So additives, we have some that are enhancers of the taste,
yes,
of the color, and there are some that are preservatives. So all this began with the tobacco industry in the 1960s.
No way.
Yes. So this is what happened. The tobacco industry in the 60s, like the Philip Morris.
Yes.
So they started to acquire major food industries because they felt the same kind of distribution.
Yes.
And the production would be the same. So what they would do for the smokers, they would add them additives like, menthol for the taste.
Yes.
And then they would add these additives that would enhance, the dopamine.
Yes. That sensation.
Yes.
Feel good sensation.
Feel good. That gives you that lie satisfaction.
Yes.
So you get addicted to it. And they thought, wait a minute. Food is also a consumable.
Yes.
And we can do the same.
And have the same effect.
Yes.
More sales for us.
Exactly. So they started acquiring these brands, the beverages and the food.
Yes.
So along the way, of course, they stopped this in the 2000s. Majority of the tobacco industry sold this back to the food industry, but the process or the influence
yes.
of additives never stopped.
Is it regulated in any way, shape or form?
Yes, it is.
Is there something that you cannot put in food?
Yes, it is there. But again, we go back to the conversation that we had last time of skincare. And
yes.
even in food, the additives come with different names. So you may not know this as an MSG.
True.
So, of course, they will not tell us this is MSG. But for our listeners, we want you to learn what the MSGs are, so that once you're going to buy that plate of food or that snack
yes.
for your child,
yes.
you're able to know why your child is so addicted to a certain food.
Or a soda, or a juice, or a...
It's because there's some sort of enhancer that is in there that keeps them addicted and gives them this satisfaction. The other day I was thinking, look at the potatoes,
Yes.
If you just took 5 potatoes and boiled them and put in some salt.
Yes.
And if you fry them in some bromate vegetable oil, the effect is different.
True.
Your body or your brain process these two foods. They are the same, but the processing is different.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because my daughter tells me when she wants a certain chicken, and she says, Mommy, it's not the same. And I tell her, it's the same chicken. I've put breadcrumbs, I've put a little,
honey,
everything.
Yes.
But she's like, Mommy, it's not the same. That one for there, that's the one I want.
Yes. So that one for there has those additives that keep them addicted. And the worst children,
yes.
for the longest, it was adults.
Yes.
But now this influence of the tobacco influence, they went as far as into the cartoons. And studies have shown a 3-year-old is able to record and register a logo.
Yes.
So this child, by the time they're 3, 4, 5, if they go to the snack aisle, there's
that's
a
the first thing
yes,
they want to
because
pick.
they saw it in a cartoon, and over time there has been that kind of regulation that people are now activists are saying no, we must not have this in. And it's also when anything is in court,
that's like mind control,
and it is,
Joanne.
And sadly, again, our grandmas wean their babies with real foods.
Yes.
As we are weaning them with sugar.
Yes.
And one of the key things that activate the dopamine, is sugar and salt. That is why your favorite snack has some salt and some sugar formulated again to keep you hooked. So
this is all so chilling to listen to, that it's so manipulative to just get sales, that people have to go this far
for sales.
So where do you begin? Where do we begin? Now, me as an end consumer, what am I looking out for? I might have jumped the gun.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Now, what I would say is we need to have an informed people.
Yes.
It starts with information.
Yes.
So every time you go, I was listening to someone and they were saying, only go to your child, only go to them to the store when it's very necessary.
Yes.
Until they've learned what these things are. And again, as parents, we need to be keen because it is us who introduce these children to these sugars and to these salts.
Joanne, it's not us. Let me tell you, my daughter didn't eat anything processed. She didn't take antibiotics. She didn't take any medication until she was 2. She went to school when she was almost turning 2.5. She went to school and play school when she was, because she's an only child. And then one day, once upon a time, I leave my daughter with my parents, and I find my daughter has drooled. She has matope everywhere because she's never tasted this thing. My dad has given my child a lollipop. It's everywhere in her hair. She's gone berserk, Joanne, because she'd never tasted sugar. Only fruit. I'll give her grapes. I'd give her watermelon. Bataku anajua. So the minute they go to school, Joanne, we really cannot protect them.
Yeah, you see now, as a community,
what a share break.
It takes a village to raise that child.
Yeah.
So whether it's a teacher, the people who are controlling the media, we are all parents to these children. So the buck stops with us. The parents, it could be the direct parent, it could be your biological parent, your teacher is your parent, your grandparent is a parent. So once they're educated, and even us, when we are winning children, we are in a society where we are running for the easy do.
Yeah.
Can you imagine now you just need to have some boiled water in a flask and some powdered thing, and you boil that, you mix that very fast, and that is breakfast or something. You're winning that child.
There's even food. You see the way they give you a menu when you're going for clinic. They tell you start with this, graduate from kaoshoro, okay, porridge, and then you go, because that's me. I started with porridge, but I would follow the timetable. You introduce one thing at a time. Now there's all those things, carrot and peas, in glass containers that you can buy from the supermarket.
Yeah, and again, there are so many preservatives, which are additives, which also will now create that, and they have sugar, by the way, because carrot and the puree, on itself, without the sugar, it's not very sweet. It
doesn't taste like that.
It doesn't taste the same, because this one, again, it's the sugar industry. So sugar can be anything. It doesn't have to be the sugar. There are a lot of variations of sugar, but they do the same. They create the same narrative in the mind or in the brain of that child. So by the time they are 10, 12, they have been conditioned to be happy or satisfied. Or, you know, that control of the the addicts, how they feel when they take whatever they're addicted to. Now, this child has to go looking for things that are sweet and have that kind of salt. And sadly, again, we have to keep now educating ourselves, educating the children, going back to our shosho's food. Because I remember my grandma would prepare, you know, those mashed foods?
Yes.
And for the first time, she's the one I saw prepare talo.
Yes.
You know, I kept thinking, why so much work? And she can just go to the shop
and
buy cooking oil, you know?
Yes.
Now it's when I realized my grandma was ahead of us.
She knew. Yeah, but they didn't have the cancers and some strange diseases we're seeing now. All our children have 100,000 allergies.
You know, there's a difference between processed food and ultra-processed foods.
What's the difference? Tell us.
Now, the ultra is the ones that have the additives. Our grandma, like I've mentioned, she was processing the talo.
Yes.
So they're safe processed foods. But the problem, what you just mentioned, the diseases are coming from the ultra-processed foods. So these are the ones that have now the additives. They have the gums, they have the emulsifiers.
Yes, what is an emulsifier? There were things I was going to ask you. I'm like, what is this emulsifier? And I've seen so many citric acids. Is it less citric acid tu tunajua tu unaweza kununua?
Of course it's not.
Oh my God. And then there's E something, the color, E321.
And especially the yellow variations. You know, one time, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I could see President Trump right now. He's a bit more concerned on the health of Americans. So I saw him mention about the obesity.
Yes.
That for the last, he mentioned a few years, the obesity levels have grown, you know.
Drastically.
And, you know, the most disadvantageous thing is this thing called urbanization. The playgrounds are shrinking by day. And our kids are at home, they've closed their schools.
Yeah.
So they are behind their laptops, their, you know.
tablets.
And this child will go to the fridge, pick a few ultra-processed their breakfast, if you check the breakfast of a child in the urban areas today, 80% is the ultra-processed foods. And this child gets hooked to this. No play, because in the estates, there's no playground.
True.
And now this child is not able to, now you can see why the obesity levels are rising. So I would say the buck stops with us as a society, as a community, as a government. So we need to policy these additives and say, like, in Europe, just like they've done in skincare, even for food,
there's control
even
and measures.
What they suspect. Can you imagine? Even what they feel they suspect, they do not have the scientific fact. But the fact that they are suspecting that it could be harmful to humans,
they control it.
They control it, they restrict it, or they ban it in totality. So we need to get there as a nation. Healthy people.
Healthy nation.
A healthy nation.
I love that phrase that you like to use. And we have no excuse considering the fact that we have our bread basket. We have Kiambu. If you throw a stone very closely, you can hit someone in Kiambu from here.
True.
The other side, Masaini, like all round, we have farmers. We have farming communities. So there's no excuse. We have Kitale. Kitale is Kisi. Nyanza, just think about it. Central is just here. In fact, Central is just like our next door neighbor, Nairobi. So there's no excuse. Why do you think we so easily go for these unhealthier alternatives? Beside the fact that we've been brainwashed and we've started off our children very early, are they easier to prepare? I'm not going to talk about a certain food, but all through college and even when I was living on my own after moving out of home, unaiweka tu kwa maji moto for 2 minutes. Nisiseme mnisu, sina pesa. Si unaijua?
Yes, I do. I was a victim before now.
Ndio kitu peke yake nilikuwa nakula Joanne. With an egg, tomorrow with a sausage, tomorrow with kachumbari. Si unaijua?
I know.
2 minutes. Instant. Poof, like magic.
And knowing what I know now, I'm like, oh dear. I cannot even taste that thing today. I ate too much of it,
My producer says in my headphones, he's a victim. He's a bachelor.
We're all victims. And I like someone, a Kenyan, went out the other day on social media and started talking about what it contains. So you asked about the emulsifiers.
Yes.
So these are things that combine water and oils so that they stabilize there. So there's no separation.
But there's emulsifier and there's also a stabilizer. Like most ingredients have. I wanted to bring things we read, then I remembered, lawsuit. I'll go and work for Joanne in her Nivuluer, Okoh in her office. But sometimes some have both. Some have the emulsifier and a stabilizer.
Yeah, and majority have both.
Yes.
Because now you need the stabilizer is the consistency.
Yes.
So you need to have both in majority of the products. Like if majority don't know that your favorite margarine is vegetable oil, but it has emulsifiers that keep the consistency as a cream.
Me, I told you ruined my life. The last time you were here, I threw so many things in my house. And I told my sister is like, Aki ukweli. So we threw so much because you said
6 months.
If it says 6 months, you have to throw it your land after 6 months. I found so many things, hair products. I was just cussing you in my house. I was like, this Joanne, God bless her, but she's too expensive to know.
I know.
But now when you talked about food and you've been prepping me for this discussion, I'm like, oh, my peanut butter is natural. I looked at the back. And I was just laughing in the house because what is peanut butter? They are ground nuts. If you pound nuts long enough, if you have a friend who makes peanut butter, it melts. It melts and becomes the paste.
Yeah.
But I looked at Sitasema International brand. Oh!
Stabilizer, vegetable oils.
Bona peanut butter, ikona 17 ingredients.
In fact, one of the activists or the people in this space are saying, if you check the product, and it has a number of ingredients that you cannot even pronounce, or there are too many, avoid it. And if it's a food product,
but food situpi, Joanne, wacha nikwambie.
No,
zikiisha tena. I'm just telling you, I'm not throwing my
I'm
food.
adding something else so that you consider. If you go to a store or in your house and you have a product that outlives you in terms of the shelf life, never touch it.
That is poison.
Yes. And you've seen some breads out there. And it's so easy to make your own bread at home.
Yes, it is.
And you can even make with carrots, the healthy version. But there are some breads today you buy In 90 days, it's left fresh.
And apples, can we discuss? Who? Please, Joanne, thank you for coming here.
Yes.
Because the other day, do you know you can have an apple in your fridge? You go to school for 1 year and you come back and your apple is still
fresh.
And then someone was trying to tell me that they coat it with wax.
They do.
But even we wash it with the vegetable, the soap. See, nowadays there's those, I know you're going to look at me and start telling me even those ones have a problem.
You can only wash your vegetables with the soap that has the stuff that we discussed last time.
Yes.
The sulfates, the parabens. And by the way, there are some parabens that are preservatives.
Yes.
And they're used in food as well. So the discussion today and going forward should be ingredients.
Let's
learn those ingredients. Because if you remember, I mentioned to you last time that they cut across.
Yes.
What we apply and what we eat, there are some that cut across both. So as a community, we need to learn your favorite snack. The reason why it is red, it's to attract you. Not only to attract you, but keep you hooked. To attract your child and keep them hooked. That is why some children are so hyperactive. And if you reduce all this stuff from the child, you will find a majority of the problems that they are facing will be solved. You will not deal with them anymore. Food and what we are applying are key things on how we are as a people, as our children. So let's teach them as well. And once in a while, let's go and detox. Take them to Shago for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let them go walk there barefoot. Vitamin D is so key.
Yeah.
And God has blessed us this side of Sahara. We don't need, the vitamin D supplements.
Yeah.
There are countries that need them.
True, because they never get sun.
Yes. And, of course, they say vitamin D is also a controversial topic. But this side of Sahara, we have very good sun. Let the kids go to the sun. Let them go and play with their cousins back in Ushago.
Yeah.
It does something to them, by the way. Let them go and breathe the fresh air back there.
True.
Back there, they will eat boiled food. And again, we need to go very slow on the bromate vegetable oils that make our fries taste very good.
Yeah.
So the vegetable oils, we all know that if it's potato oil,
yeah,
there's nothing potato in it. We are all saying these seed oils.
Yes.
There's no seed oil in it. We need to learn how to make ghee. I told you my grandma used to make those things. We need to learn how to make ghee ourselves. We have milk. And if you can, as a people, try and do raw milk.
Yeah. Churn your own butter.
Yes. Do your own butter, do your own ghee. There's so many things and by the way, salt is also one key thing that also triggers the dopamine, the sodium. So we also need to be keen on, get to know, why do I feel like I must take this snack? Why do I feel like I must take this food? And then when you're eating, you feel satisfied, like you've solved something.
Yeah.
Then that
and when you stop, you also have like withdrawal symptoms.
Yes. So that tells you there was something.
I want you to listen to some audio. Edwin and Jane, our on-air producers, took the liberty of speaking to people. Why do people buy food? What's the first thing you look at? Are you looking at brands? Are you looking at prices? Are you looking at, ingredients so that we can know whether you need to be coming here every Wednesday or what we're going to do? Barbara Odero says she's keenly listening to Kanini.
Oh, okay.
And I love that. By the way, you came here. Me, I've told you, I'm not clearing my fridge. Please, beautiful lady. So let's take a listen, then you respond.
Okay.
I consider price. Sisi wote ni wakulima wadogo, so I think price comes first. Mostly go for the cheapest, considering the economy. And then, of course, the brand. For ingredients, in fact, I don't even look for the ingredients that make up some kind of maybe food that I shop for. So most probably the first one is price, and then the second one is brand, but mostly the price.
With the current economy, I'll go for price, considering most brands are similar. Let's say for flour, you get different flour brands, but different prices. So mostly I consider price factoring the current economy we are in.
Consider when shopping for food, first I consider the quality. Let's say for example rice, maybe ile unapika, the type of food, like for example the rice, there are some rice when you cook it's not so it doesn't look good. So first I check on the quality, again I check on price before the brand. But sometimes the brand mostly I can say it's the quality. So I can say brand first in terms of quality, and then now the price. Ingredients, no, I'm not cutting weight, I'm not adding. So for the ingredients, no. But for me, it's the brand and then the price.
So I consider ingredients because I'm more keen on my health and what I consume in terms of the content of whatever has been packaged.
When buying processed food, I usually check the ingredients, the nutrition label first to see how much the sugar, salt, or fat, or even alcohol content that it contains. I also consider the brand because some are known for better and quality, also safe products. And finally, I look at the price to make sure it's affordable but still healthy enough to eat or to consume. Thank you.
For me, what I consider when shopping for processed food, first I have to look at the price. Unajua pesa muhimu. So for me, it's just the price, then the brand later.
When I'm shopping for food, I usually check the ingredients first. I like to know what I'm eating, but of course, price also matters. So I try to balance between something healthy and something that fits my budget. If it's a brand I really trust, that's a bonus for me. So it's all about getting food without overspending.
Okay, so a lot to unpack, Joanne. Mm-hmm. But you've had very few look at it the other way. Mm-hmm. Ingredients, brand, then price last. Everybody, pesa kwanza.
Yeah. In fact, one mentioned she's not losing weight.
Yeah.
You know, I'm here thinking if the policies were done right,
yes,
no one would have to worry about ingredients.
Very true. Because you know there's a watchdog who's doing that for you.
Yes. But now, by the way, do you know in some countries, the manufacturers own the patents for this kind of stuff. So even the government is almost, the guys have a better say in terms of what goes where. And in fact, they look for scientists themselves who they have paid by them,
yes,
to come and tell the community that this is what you should be using. And this is, of course, if I'm paying the scientists, they will sing my song.
Of course, isn't that a gun for hire?
So sadly, we need to get to ingredients until we are sure that what we are consuming is healthy, safe, not only for ourselves and even for the future generation. You remember there's a video that I sent you some time back?
Yes.
And someone mentioned the flour.
Yes.
And the manufacturers are also fortified.
Yes.
So
even cereal now is fortified with vitamin D, K,
I'm
iron.
sure the person who came with fortified at the beginning wanted to ensure that healthy nation in this way.
Yeah.
So they wanted people do not have iron because of anemia, calcium.
Yes, deficiencies.
But now the industry now has manipulated the fortified, and now fortification now means additives, that your flour is 2 kg, but by the time you're cooking it is now 4 kg. And again, that is now makes us, me and you, now I'll tell you, by the way, why don't you use a certain flour? And it's better because your 2 kg will give you 4 kg.
Yes, it doubles. So
but I'm
stretching
happy,
your coin.
Yes, but I'm happy. I think 2 people mentioned, and 2 people is a good number. They mentioned that they're doing.
It means there's no doom and gloom. We're not a lost nation.
We're not a lost nation. And people now are coming up to the terms of we need to stay healthy. Kama ni ugali ya kisiagi turudi huko. Until now we push these guys and tell them, yes, it's necessary to fortify them. And by the way, do you know, during the processes of this not only flours, everything that is being done,
Yes.
the processing of rice, whatever is being done, the fortification was pushed because they had bleached this product or this maize flour until there was no vitamins.
It's just a
So
white
now
powder.
they're giving us synthetic the fortification is synthetic.
And if you didn't go through the process that you've gone through, it would be nutritious.
yes,
as it is.
was. Yes. But now the additive makes you now get, again, hooked to a certain brand.
Yeah.
Now, there are some companies that have a very huge marketing budget. They will market this thing. Once you get outside, it's on the billboard. I switch on the TV, it's on an ad.
All the celebrities are talking about it. Your
Influencer
influencers.
marketing. So there's this, you will feel like the brand is quality.
Yeah.
The guys just have a good marketing budget.
Yeah.
So there's someone who mentioned that the brand and the quality,
Yes.
and probably the brand came because of the marketing.
Yes.
So, and
It wasn't an organic growth.
you would be surprised that the smallest miller in town has the best flour, and the big guys are messing us up.
Tunamjua ako pale Kirinyaga, ukizaa unatumangwa hapo. Ukame uji. Iko na mix ya mavitu.
Yeah. And at some point they were saying, iyo mix ya mavitu.
Yeah.
They said, there are different grains that
Yes.
have been, and now the doctors were concerned, especially for the kids who have some sort of sensitive issues.
Yes.
So they were like, before you go for this uji, make sure that whatever is mixed, the boiling point, you remember the boiling point?
Yes.
Or the cooking, the degree at which this stuff cooked, because at some point you get mixed for some.
True.
Some are overcooked.
True.
And some are yet to get
And
cooked.
some are undercooked. Na yote ni mix.
Yote iko kwa mix. Yote ni uji.
Yes.
So we need to be careful on that.
True.
But I'm happy. I think those guys have been able to.
See, we're sent there by our mothers. I think our mothers
And they
are
also were
always-
sent to. Do you know, my dad told me you used to buy porridge for me.
Yes.
At that place.
See, me too. Me too. So my mom imagined now, because I didn't have breast milk.
Okay.
I didn't have breast milk. My mom was like, you don't worry. Minus denjahe. There's this kaushoro.
Yeah.
Hey, say less. I told
Yeah.
her, no, thank you. We talk first to the doctor before.
And when any of us, when is the last time we took a nice porridge? A cup of porridge. And yet this thing is so healthy.
Yeah.
But we are so quick to press things on the microwave that is so fast.
True.
And we're messing up our health. So even for the kids, I know rarely we do uji today, but can we go back to our cassava, our uji?
If I can tell you about my child does not eat white ugali. My daughter only likes brown ugali, but it's because I ship her to the village the minute she closes school, because she doesn't have siblings. So PO box, we shall go.
Do you know what I like about what we teach children at a young age?
Yeah.
I have a son whose mala, if it has sugar, he will not take.
Jalisha Zoya.
The guy didn't take sugar for the longest. So he loves his thing, not tangy, the tangy type. And so again, it's how we raise them. And sadly, most of the parents may not know better.
Yeah.
But kutoka leo, si tunajua.
Yeah.
And kids is how we teach them.
So we start intentionally parenting and feeding our families.
Yes. And if you have to go with them to the store, let them know the ingredients. These things will never leave them.
Yeah.
Just like the logo will not leave them. If you teach them early,
Yeah.
they will always be cautious on what they are taking.
And many
buying.
times we don't realize how you can make all these snacks in the comfort of your house.
True.
Like crisps, for you to eat the whole family, you just need to know someone who's from Kinangop. They bring for you the big waru like this. If you put it through the shredder properly, one potato will give you a lot of potato chips.
Yes.
Yeah, crisps.
Like I have a friend who just sent me plantain from Meru.
Yes.
So I do not have to buy the ones that have additives.
True.
And I have an amazing daughter who knows how to make them.
Yes.
So I can't wait.
Watume tu shago.
Watume tu shago.
Me kwani
Hey.
shida. I'm not going to lie to you. I do art and craft in the kitchen. She comes back, she can bake. My daughter can bake. She can do so many things. Because Uko in the village, she has her relatives who teach her those things. Also, there's a lake. So I think there's something to play with.
Yeah. And even where there are no lakes,
Yes.
there are trees to climb.
True. And streams.
The other day, I passed somewhere where there were pebbles. The small stones, and I was thinking, do you remember how we used to dig a hole?
Yes.
And then we'll sit there for hours playing. I'm like,
Now
where
you
did this
can't.
go?
There's no dust. See, you don't like dust.
And Kati?
We don't like dust. and even hide and seek, and you would look for somebody forever because now there's plus thickets people can hide in. Now you can't.
Yeah, and the government has really tried to push schools that for you to get a license for a school, you must have a playground.
I like that.
We must push even further.
These ingredients, for us to get the kind of legislation you're looking for or you're talking about, that we need to have a more active KEBS, more other bodies actively looking into, because I wanted to invite you for another conversation, and I don't know who else I can invite so that it's wholesome and we have someone who deals with sanitary towels. Because yesterday someone posted something on X and I thought about you, Joanne. She just looked at an international brand. And if you send somebody who's abroad, my sister-in-law, Tanya, when she comes from England, I always text her and I tell her, don't forget to bring for me pads, the tampons. I always, because they're expensive when they're pure cotton and they're here. So when she's coming from London, she always brings for me tons and tons of stuff. But the same pad here, I can't say the name, and the other side, they're very different. They make different products for different markets. Someone put a pad on top of a lamp, a lamp, and it was poison. I'll tell you that for free. And I like the fact that you keep saying there are no watchdogs when it comes to consumerables. Anything that we are using, there's nobody on the other side of it, not legislation, not scientists to back whether these things are good for us or not. You have to come back again. I know that this feels like my boss will not pay you a salary, but I don't know if you're going to agree to come again so that you can have
and
another
this time
discussion.
We'll do it. You know what? We can do this again and again.
Yeah.
And the pads issue, it's also a concern.
Yes.
And I told you these ingredients cuts across, and sadly, Africa is called the mass market. So your favorite body lotion from the same company in Africa
is very different.
It's from the same company.
Yes.
And again, it's because of how our policy and laws are here. They are able to penetrate with this low-end kind of lotions or creams.
Yeah.
So we need to keep pushing that the legislation or the MPs, they need to come up with laws, or you see the cyber crime deal that has been signed. We also now have to have for the consumers a stricter one, that even the companies, they're not being denied business here, but can you do it the right way?
I love that. 20 seconds to the news. She must come back. She owes us for showing up late. But Joanne Kanini is the founder of Haniv Luer. Thank you so much for always making time for us to come and have these powerful conversations. We're going to see when we can book her to come again. And now we can talk about things we wear, things we use. I didn't even know fabrics sometimes have issues and whatnot. But thank you so much for always making time. You say healthy people.
Healthy nation.
I love it. Okay, thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Thank you. See you again.
Sugar and spice and everything.